How's it going, everyone? Equinox Phoenix here, and today we're going to talk about The Flash, Season 9, Episode 10, titled A New World Part 1 Reunions. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This episode is a weird one. So, we start with what looks to be Eddie Thawne. Um going about his morning and ending up in Mercury Labs, where he apparently works, and apparently he had a bet with one of the security guards. He owes him coffee, which he's paid on, and back to lab. Now, flash to the Flash household. Flash to the Flash household. That's funny. Barry is at the last second building something or other. Apparently he's baby proofing the house with proximity meta dampeners so that Nora can't super speed herself into an injury, but she'll still have powers, which is heyo. Anyway, while Barry and Iris are having a lovely conversation, Barry starts feeling something, right? It's seemingly pain, and then he gets engulfed in this weird blue light that's like electricity and whatnot, and boom, vanishes. He reappears in the year 2000, specifically March 18. And uh-oh. So Barry tries to, he's like, oh no, I'm in the past. Fuck, I gotta get back to the present. He tries, but he can't connect to the Speed Force, or at least the Speed Force area, not so much Nora, but as because he still has his super speed, obviously. But he can't get into the Speed Force to go home. So he goes to the police station to talk to Joe and ask for Joe's help because, as has been stated, if he's ever in trouble, he can always rely on Joe. Which he does say. Joe decides to help him, but is like, "But you gotta tell me what's going on." Um, Barry then sees the date and freaks out because Barry, as of yet, in this point in his life, has not fully processed his parents' death, which it's been years. Um, and I get it. Especially when you consider that his mother's death was very traumatic for him, as he lost his dad that same day to a frame job. As he's walking about through Central City, he sees his parents across the street, and then in a big red lightning zoom, he gets pushed into the street and nearly hit um while unconscious. He's then saved by Henry and Nora and brought to the hospital. He tries to escape them, and he does. He tries to escape them, right? Like he because he doesn't want to mess with the timeline too much, and unfortunate, he's out of energy, right? Because zooming about takes up a lot of calories, and he doesn't have his super calorie bars that he eats and whatnot. Uh, and so Nora and Henry force him to go to lunch with them. And there they talk about his parents and um he gets a little bit of comfort from them, and then I th- they offer to let him stay at their place, so his childhood home. And Barry weirds out. Um, Again, he hasn't fully processed the grief and whatnot. Oh dear, the ocean is falling again right outside my office. Anyway, um, he hasn't fully processed the grief, so he runs away. After running away, he meets up with, lo and behold, the person responsible for that red lightning, Eobard Thawne. Although it should be noted, while this is happening, Joe and Sing are investigating, and Joe picks up a blue crystal, and then gets mind whammy possessioned by the blue crystal. His eyes glow blue. Wait a second, blue crystal, blue glowing eyes, blue lightning esque type shenanigans at the beginning of the episode. Wait a second. Anyway, well, that's interesting. Anyway, now Barry and Eobard spend the day together, sort of. They spend the afternoon together. Eobard takes him to O'Shaughnessy's, which is apparently been around the block. Although I think it was established in like the 1800s or some shit. So yeah, that makes sense. Um, we're there. Eobard is being gloaty, gloaty McGloaty pants. You know, he's like, "Oh, ha, ha, today I'm gonna win by killing you. Blah, 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 I win." And then he's like, "A toast to your doom." Um, it's it's this whole thing, right? So Barry just admits, like, yeah, fine, you win this battle. I can't stop you. And that's because Barry can't stop him. We know this from season one, that and from um the Flashpoint season. I think it's like three. Yeah, season three. That he can't stop Nora's death. Unfortunately, even though, fun fact, when Barry Allen's Flash was first introduced, Nora Allen was alive. Heck, even in the Arrowverse, the Flash started timeline wise with Nora Allen alive. But as it is now in this new multiverse, we'll just say this new multiverse, Nora has to die. In this new multiverse, Nora has to die. Um, for whatever reason. Now Barry goes back to Henry and Nora and tells them it's not that it's not about. It's just like it's a touchy subject with his parents and whatnot. And he kind of explains it to them, like there's stuff he'd love to say to them and he'd love to hear from them. And he's like, why don't you just tell us, right? The pair, which is, and I'm just like, That's funny because you are his parents. So he does. He just lets out all of his emotions, and they take on the role of the parents and say that they'd be proud of him for all he's accomplished and all of this, and they hug it out, and all is well. Now, Nora and Henry go home. Uh-oh. And Barry is confronted by the blue-eyed lightning thing possessing Joe, where they fight it out, and it claims to not be the new avatar of the negative Speed Force because he killed Eobard. Uh, um, but throughout the fight, he's like, "I've been waiting through since the dawn of time and whatnot." Which I will say is kind of weird. What do you mean the dawn of time? You can't be waiting since the dawn of time to kill Barry. Barry didn't exist for a good large chunk of time. Now the Speed Force, theoretically, has been waiting for Barry so that it can grant unto him the power to be the fastest man alive. Because again, another fun fact for now, Barry Allen at his peak is the absolute fastest speedster. Um, some people get close because unfortunately, when you hit your peak, that's your prime, and then you tend to go down. Some people get really close or end up faster than him at that point in time. But remember, your powers will tend to wane. Like you're not gonna be the fastest man alive. It's always a race between him and Eobard as well, so it's just annoying. Anyway, they didn't bring back Eobard. I when I saw the preview, I got annoyed. I was like, "Oh, are you they seriously bringing back Eobard?" Nope, this is the Eobard that's been killed. Anyway, Barry managed to successfully defeat the Bluey boy and saving Joe, and then runs off to stop Eobard. He's like, "No, I'm not here to save myself. I'm here to save you." Now, as we know, if Eobard kills Nora, Eobard loses his speed. And he's like, "Look, dude, you can be the hero you originally wanted to be. You just have to make that choice." Eobard, because he's an idiot, apparently. He's supposed to be some kind of super genius, but he's an idiot. He's like, "Nah, I win, man. This is just you trying to save your own skin." Runs off to the Allen household. Barry, of course, chases him, and then we replay the scene that we've seen like 4 times throughout. Actually, not even 4 times. We've seen it like a good several dozen times at this point. Um, Barry womps on Eobard, knocks him on his ass, saves himself, stops season 1 Barry from saving Nora, and whew, zooms off with his little self, and Eobard kills Nora. And then Eobard tries to run away and loses connection to the negative speed force. Boom, 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 rolls on the floor. Asks Gideon, "What the hell's going on? Can this be fixed?" And she's like, "Nope." But what we don't know, we haven't seen yet, is that Barry apparently zooms in front of him, and when asked, "You saved yourself, allowing your mother to die," and he's like, "Yeah, I had to. I had no choice." Eobard says that Nora's death is a fixed point, and I'm like, No, a fixed point is something that has to happen and will always happen. Barry very well could have grabbed both his child self and Nora and Henry and zoomed off with all three. Although I don't know how that would have worked out. Would have been interesting to try it. Right? I mean, this is titled A New World. It could have been that's the only change. Instead of Flashpoint nonsense, the new world is the old world, the OG world that started it all. That would still technically be a new world because this would be the OG timelines, um, deaths, lives, and deaths, but in the new multiverse. That would still technically be a new world. It's a new world for the new multiverse. Would have worked. It's not a fixed point. What we know of a fixed point is that no matter what you do, it will always happen because there's like if you try and stop it, it'll still happen regardless. I'm pretty sure if he had just zoomed Eobard away instead, the knife is not gonna fling itself and stab Nora. That would just be weird. It'd be funny to see, but weird as fuck. Just be like a knife just flipping out of nowhere and just. It'd also be really terrifying and traumatic. Anyway, Barry then, after this conversation, gets whammied again, and Eobard just yells, "No!" Now, Flash somewhere. I don't know if it's forward, back, laterally, back to Eddie. Or not Eddie, I should say. He's working on some technological mumbo jumbo at Mercury Labs, and the power goes out, and there's a red speed force storm, a la the way Barry Allen got, speed forced, and Eddie gets smacked with the lightning and the chemicals. But unlike Barry, Eddie isn't knocked unconscious for months. He's knocked unconscious for minutes max. Wakes up and sees a police report, specifically the death of Eddie Thawne. And the episode ends with him saying, "Who the hell is Eddie Thawne?" That's the episode. Anyway, this episode was complicated as fuck. This review was like movie review length. I'm looking at the time, it's almost 20 minutes. That's a big boy. Um and it's like, hey yo, what the fuck? Anyway, like honestly, I'm wondering where they're going with this. Barry got whammied to the past, but then he got whammied again, but now we don't know where he is, and it's like, okay, but well, where is Barry? Like, it's a bit odd. Anyway, tell me what you guys thought of the episode down in the comment section down below. I will be covering these separately, unfortunately, as it's like a four-parter, not a two-parter. Two-parter I can combine. A four-parter, we're talking like an hour-long video at this point, as if not more. So we'll just do them separately. Tell me what you guys thought of the episode down in the comment section down below. That's gonna be it for this video. If you guys haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys next time. And as always, stay bright. 20 minutes. Yikes.